r/ProRevenge.
Neighbors were consistently loud, so I got a bit louder at the wrong time of the year. D. Throughout the year I had noisy and thoughtless neighbors. They would often have loud parties that would go to the early hours of the morning. They were all in university, and of Indian decent. This becomes important later on. I had called the police, called the apartment manager, nobody would do anything about it. I was losing sleep, and my work was becoming affected as well. I had spoken to them directly, and they completely disregarded me, and refused to just shut the fuck up. This went on for months, and I was writing out my lease to move somewhere else. One day I'm sitting watching TV on a nice spring day, and I have my windows wide open, and I hear one of the neighbor's friends come over, and he asks if he's coming out, and he says no, he needs to study for an important test he's taking the next day. This little snippet of information was all I needed. His friend leaves and he closes the door. I then proceeded to take my speakers and put them up against the walls, near where I knew his desk was. There were balconies outside, so I often saw him studying here, and I began to blare Merzbow and death metal straight at the wall. I put on my noise-canceling headphones and just blasted it as loud as possible for hours. My landlord actually ended up coming into the apartment, because I didn't hear him knocking, and he's obviously flipping out, but I'm like, May, you never did shit when I complained, so good luck. Call the cops. D. My lease was set to be up soon anyway, and I was leaving the state, so fuck y'all. So landlord leaves, and I'm still amped up on adrenaline, and it's quiet for maybe 20 minutes, and I just intermittently start blasting music. The neighbor comes over irate, screaming that he has this big test, and he's got to pass it, apparently a medical student, and I just laughed in his face and said I don't hear anything. He then makes a fantastic mistake, which was telling me he didn't just have a final tomorrow, but it was finals week. Oh great. Added stress for the week equals the fact that I continue doing this every night for the rest of the week. I set my alarm to go off every 30 minutes, and I would bang on the walls with a hammer, and blast music, and I was going a bit crazy as well, but that didn't matter, because I was fucking up this guy's life. Around day 3 of no sleep for anyone, he comes over screaming about how in India his family will disown him and all this nonsense, which just made me laugh, and just said the same thing over and over, that I didn't hear the music, and I think it was coming from somewhere else. I basically just started gaslighting him, acting really nice when he came over in a rage. That weekend the landlord gave some bullshit notice that I had to leave, which I was fine with because he broke my lease and I wanted to get it out anyway, so I got my deposit back. On the last morning I was there, I was moving out, and I knocked on the dickhead neighbor's door at like 8 a.m. and asked him if he wanted this old air conditioner I was going to throw out otherwise. He was totally in a daze, and I don't know if he really understood what was happening any longer. Anyway, hopefully I fucked up his life, and his future a bit. Should have shut the fuck up when I told him numerous times.
A response to the post.
I wonder why the landlord cared about you making noise but not them.
OP's response to this comment.
You ever listen to Merzbow? That's probably why. https://u2.b/uxeep5die43e.
A response to the post.
Why couldn't he just go to university library to study? That's what I did. I was in college living in a noisy dorm.
A response to the post.
I've posted this to ProRevenge, only to be removed as not being pro. I posted in Petty Revenge, but it got removed there too. Anyway, here's my story. I had an upstairs apartment just off of Greek Row in my last year of college. Day 3 after moving in, a downstairs neighbor starts blasting their stereo. Seriously loud, rattling the glasses in the kitchen cabinet. I give them a little time to get it out of their system, but after an hour, I go downstairs and rap on the door. Second knock is a lot louder so they can hear me, so they turn down the music and answer the door. Sorry for the stereotype, you'll see in a moment, but she's blonde. Could you please keep the stereo down to reasonable volumes? It permeates my apartment to the point that I can't even hear my TV. I said. I kid you not, she replied, you can hear that? I thought sound waves only went side to side, not up and down. Me. Slow blink. Nope. You were just playing song /_a / recognize, I'm pretty sure it's coming into my apartment. Please keep it down. Her. Okay, sorry about that. Later that day, more songs at the same volume. My revenge. They didn't know that I was a music major, and a drummer in particular, so I was actually prepared for that evening's serenade. I set the legs on my 18 inches floor tom so that the bottom was only an inch off the floor, tuned the heads down to make it sound as deep and bass-ish as possible, got my heavy marching sticks, and gave an impressive half-hour-long solo rendition of Sing, Sing, Sing. I proved that sound waves most certainly do go up and down. I never had another issue with them.
A response to the post.
In German there goes a saying was man in den Wald hineinruft, so schalt es auch heraus. The way you shout into the woods, the way it shouts back.
A response to this comment.
It's not a single word, disappointed, but thank you for the saying. I love these kind of translations.
A response to the post.
Playing loud music is effective. Playing the exact same song over and over is even more effective.
Peace response to this comment.
Yeah, playing It's a Small World after all would be a different level of fuckery, but I would have worried for my own sanity as well.